All right, everybody, we are live. I'm Jerry with Big J Knives.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kevin with Boston Blade Reviews.
And Tom with Knife Delights. How's everybody doing today?
Now, as everybody knows, that Tom really didn't need an introduction for this. He's a guy that me and Boston talked last week, and he's a guy who's always been nice to us and been very welcome to anybody new in this community. Tom backs him 100%, and actually, he says, "Hey, we need more channels because it just helps this community grow." And we appreciate that, Tom, so much, the way you've treated Boston and myself. So what I would like to do is just take this time for you to tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel.
Well, I think I should start out with a warning. I don't know if you two want to put a mask on or if any of the viewers want to put a mask on. I just took my temperature here a few minutes ago. I definitely have buck fever. So
you like them posters I made?
And it is catching. So
I love
yeah, about the channel. I've always had, I grew up carrying a pocket knife. This is a common story. My dad always had a pocket knife. And when I asked Dad, hey, can I borrow your knife? He would scowl at me and say, where's yours? We were expected to have one. Yeah. And so for pretty much my whole life, I always at least had a pocket knife with me. And here, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I really started watching a lot of knife channels. Really started saying, hey, that's kind of neat. And I guess the one thing that really got me going and really interested in collecting knives, not so much starting the channel right away, but looking at knives, and that is this Buck 112 right here. And Of course, I've shown this many times, but it's a special knife. This knife belonged to my late father-in-law, and it was handed down to me. So this is a 2-dot 112. So it had been 72 to 80 or 74 to 80, whatever that is.
I'm gonna blow you up real quick here, Tom.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. So, and I learned something new the other day on the Rangers. I believe this one to be ebony. I need to look it up in the catalog. But the first 112s, I believe, had micarta scales. But I think by this time they had switched to ebony. The other thing is, you'll notice there's no nail nick on it. And there's now, this knife was in beat up condition. Last week, I shot a video and released it with my friend Monty. It was called The Buck 110, A Brother's Story. And this was kind of the catalyst for that story because this thing was in nasty condition. I sent it into Buck. They refurbished it, gave it the spa treatment, as they call it, and put a new factory edge on it. And now you can see that patina on there, on them bolsters, on the brass. It is gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And I showed this knife to Monty, and that's when he showed me his brother's 110 and that whole story. So this is kind of what got me into, collecting knives. Now, a couple years ago, Tobias put out a video on, are there knives that you collect that you'll never use and never sell, like special knives just to collect? And I thought, hey, that might be kind of fun to do. So I got out some of my Buck fixed blades and I shot a video and put it up and got a few comments and this and that. But then I kind of let it go over the summer. And then that following October, I thought, you know what, maybe I can do this. Let's have some fun. Let's give it a try. And, at times it's a little bit of a roller coaster ride as you're trying to figure out all of this stuff. But we're amateurs. We're not trained at this, but I just decided we're going to try to have some fun. And, meeting gentlemen like you and gentlemen, I use that term loosely. I don't mean to insult you, but but the viewers and everything, they're just so fantastic. The comments they leave, the encouragement they give you, it's just been a wonderful experience to be able to meet so many wonderful people.
It really has. And that video you did the other day with that gentleman, that was an awesome video. And I really liked that story and how you sat down and just let him kind of roll with it.
Yep.
It was a really great video.
I wanted him to tell the story, not me. Yeah. That meant more
That was a great video.
Yep.
I love how you put the pictures in at the end of the video. You did
Yep.
you guys did a great job with that.
Thank you. Yep. Yeah, he had gotten it back and shown it to me, and then he had given it to his mother, who lives out of state. And here a few months ago, I says, "Hey, Monty, remember that knife?" I says, "You know, I got a YouTube channel." I says, "That story just needs to be told. Would you mind grabbing it and doing a video with me?" And he says, "Yeah." He says, "Next time I'm at Mom's, I'll grab it and bring it home." And so then we finally had a chance here last week or whenever it was to shoot that. And yeah, fantastic story.
Well, and that was outside the box of how we usually do things. Like we usually do tabletop or the lives and stuff. So it's great to see a little different perspective on you, your friend, and the story behind the knife. It was just awesome.
That's just what it's all about. So
yeah,
these knives, it's amazing what connections we can make through a simple knife. And it doesn't have to be, you know, a nice buck 112. It can be an old imperial knife from the 60s that's all beat up, half the blade gone and the other blade broken, but it was your grandpa's or it was your uncle's or it was a friend or whatever. And when you hold those knives in your hand, it just gives you that connection. And so it doesn't have to be an expensive knife. It's just the fact that someone you loved and knew and respected held that knife and used it. And so you can almost feel them with you when you're holding that knife.
No, I wasn't as fortunate to get any blades like that handed down to me. I do have a pair of binoculars my grandfather brought back from World War II, and that's honestly the only thing I have handed down to me on either side of the family. So I when I got this collection going, I got a spreadsheet with each knife, what it is, the date, the steel, what it's worth, and who gets it. And then you know that they know where to look for the paper, and they are going to come in here and take what's theirs and go.
My
you got the same thing. yeah. But
trying to keep track.
Yeah, you honestly answered our other two questions with that answer, so that's awesome.
Okay.
At Boston. So, you know, the one knife that I don't know if it was a short or a video you put up, but I was going to buy that knife that you had in a short the other day. I think it was a short, and it was that dang boot knife, that 154 cm boot knife, and man, break. I just love the sheath. I love the style of it.
I love that knife right there.
Well, it's no secret. I was a peace officer for about 18 years. And I bought this, I don't know when it first came out, several years ago. And I bought this, and this knife was around my ankle every time I was on duty.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, when I was on duty, I probably had about 5 or 6 different blades around, you know, spread around. I had a neck knife on under my ballistic vest. I had this on my ankle. Had a couple in my pockets. Of course, had the TDI on my belt. So, yeah. But this is the boot knife. And it is a great little knife.
Love that. What year is that, Tom?
Oh, what is this? This is probably, probably 2018 or 2027. Let me look it up here real quick.
It's a beautiful, beautiful blade. I absolutely love that.
It's a 2018.
Yep. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful blade.
It's 154 cm steel.
Oh, good steel too. Yep.
And I tell you, that is pointy. That is one of the reasons I chose this boot knife is because of the carry system. It's got this nice here. It's not just your standard, you know, Velcro or anything. It is heavy duty. It's heavily stitched. Got a limiter on it. And like I said, I carried this, or, you know, wore this, and you can see it's still in pretty good condition, even though I wore it a lot. Now, you can take this, and it also comes with this leather. And let's see here. Yeah, you can mount it. You can mount it. Take the strap out and mount this to this leather piece, and then you can clip it onto your belt also. So it
Wow.
comes with a couple different carry options.
Yeah, you get some different carry options with that. That's a
Yep.
beautiful piece. That's a beautiful piece, Tom.
So yeah, I just
not making those anymore.
well, and the reason I carried so many blades was, unfortunately at times you get in pursuits and things like that, and the chances of getting in a rollover or something like that are greatly increased. So I thought, even not even just for self-defense, but if you get in an accident, if my right arm's broken and I can't get to the knife in my right pocket, I can get in my left hand, and I got knives on the left side of me somewhere. I thought, just playing the odds, I'd have access to a blade somewhere. So if I needed to cut my seatbelt, cut myself out, or just what have you. So that's kind of why. But this is very comfortable to carry, and it is, and again, it's piercing. So if self-defense wise, especially in the wintertime, and people wearing heavy clothes and things like that, you got to have something that'll pierce through things, and this will definitely do it. So all of my knives that I carried on duty, with the exception of just a plain pocket knife, I never used. I wanted them totally sharp. I never used them for any other purpose, and that was the only purpose for them. So,
Wow,
beautiful blade, Tom.
I had that and that Azula 2 in my cart for a month.
Yeah,
and I went with the Azula 2.
It's a great knife.
Yeah, I wish I would have got that now, just because I have buck fever now.
Yeah.
And Buckapalooza is in full effect right now. We got 23
Absolutely.
We got 23 people in here, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to go in, follow myself, Knife Delights, Boston Blade Reviews, because it's just great overall content you're going to receive from watching our videos. But Tom, I also know, and we talked about this, but well, let's go into something else, because we just kind of talked about that before we got on here. But your grail, what is Knife Delight's grail? What do you consider your grail right now that you have?
I threatened you, if you showed this knife, Boston, that I would leave the show.
Yep.
Of course, I'm only joking. So Kevin actually has one of my grail knives. Do you want to break it out, Kevin?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just I was just trying to get my computer going here. So yeah, just the other day, I went down to that store that I normally talk about, right down the street from me. It's not far at all, and they had a buck 124. This is the buck 124, and it's called the Frontierman, and this is a pre-date code. So this is going back, I believe, between 72 to 80, 86. I want to say some. I could be wrong, but it's a pre-date code. Has the swivel on the sheath, and this is the big boy. So this is the big buck, and you can see the 3 lines, called the 3-liner pre-date code. They call it a 3-liner because you have buck is 1 line, 124 is 2 lines, USA is 3 lines, and you don't have any date stamp right here. So that makes it as a pre-date code. That's why they call it that. But it's in really great condition for its age. I don't think you can make it out, but this is actually my Carter down here on the handle. You get a great grip on this knife. Just a great purchase. Trying to show you guys, but you can see it there. You get a really nice purchase on this. It's a heavy knife.
How are the finger grooves on that? How does that fit your hand?
Excellent.
Is it contoured good? Yeah.
Contoured excellent. You can see. Yeah, you can see. Let me try to. There's the finger grooves there, and it melts right into your hand. I'm not just saying that; it really does.
Yeah.
It just melts right into your hand. It's great, thick. You have some nice stock on it. Just a nice, very nice buck. I was surprised I was able to get it for the money that I paid. I got it. I know them down there. They treat me good, and I was able to get it for a price. But the buck 124 Frontierman, yeah, this is the big one of the 100 series.
Yeah. I would have to say right now that would probably be my grail knife right now. Yep.
Well, what do you have on hand? You got any grails on hand there that you consider right now that, hey, this is the best I have in my collection right now? Or you don't have to show it if you want to.
Let me do this.
Okay.
I don't know. I've shown it before, but I don't know if you gentlemen have seen it. But I have. This is probably my crowning jewel of my collection. This is a Buck 500 Duke.
I love it.
Limited edition.
Wow.
Sandbar Stag.
Oh my God.
It's one of 250. A limited Buck Grizzly.
Well, that's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable, Tom.
Look at the stag on that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Sandbar Stag. Now, Sandbar is a deer from India, and it's considered to be some of the best stag for like knife handles and such. They were having problems. Not that Sandbar was extinct, but endangered, I guess is what you'd want to say.
Yeah.
Kind of was an endangered species, so there was a moratorium on using Sandbar. I think I saw somewhere now where maybe now they can use some of it. But yeah, it is just gorgeous stag.
That is absolutely amazing. That is a beautiful, beautiful blade. I love the 500 Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the 500 Duke, the pre-Daco, but man, that right there is. Whew.
And then if I ever go visit TK down in Texas, I'm going to carry this because it comes in this fancy sheath.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I can get my boots and my blue jeans, and I can go square dancing with TK. I will be all dressed up for the Saturday night dance.
Now, I got a sheath like similar to that one for my 102. And I don't know. I showed this on RJ's live. I got this at a yard sale for $5.
Yeah.
The 102 with the sheath. I got this at a 65 through 69 toothpick. Got them both for $10.
Yeah.
But I mean, I put Obenoffs on this because this sheath was kind of it just needed. The guy didn't take care of any of his stuff, and I just got it home and started immediately just cleaning it up, and it just come right back to life. I mean,
yep.
I don't think this has ever been used. Honestly, there's no scratch marks. You can't tell if you can't tell it's ever been sharpened. Maybe he got it and maybe used it once or twice to open something, but then I think it just went in a pack and he just forgot about it.
Sure.
You got an excellent deal there.
Oh yeah, just right up the street too. Just man, we went back 2 or 3 days in a row.
Yeah, you got it.
Another one I kind of got an excellent deal on was this limited edition here. And I found this in an antique store.
I love that. I've seen that.
This is called the Mini Mentor. And I'm sorry, someone was calling me. Let's see, it's the 475 Mini Mentor. Now this knife came out in the 90s and into the early 2000s, but it was kind of like a budget knife, had some sort of thermoplastic FRN type handle to it. But they came out with this limited edition. So the running deer cut out there, that's 24 karat gold. And it's a box elderwood burl handle. And this was in the 2002 catalog as a limited edition.
Can I see the spine on that
yes,
on the whole knife?
Wow. You got some jimping there.
Yep. Wow, that's absolutely beautiful.
And you'll notice with the handles, they don't match. It's not flush. They let the blade stock stick out just a little bit, evenly all the way around.
I like that.
Which is a little different. It makes it look sharp.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
And then the sheath doesn't say Buck on it at all. It just has a Buck stamp on it.
Love that.
So,
Tom, you're bringing out all the good ones, huh, brother?
He is.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I've been preparing all week, man. I've been so pumped to be here today. It just, yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. We definitely do, because you are someone who, like I said, you kind of set the example for myself and Boston. I mean, I know you do for me. Just you know how you carry yourself. You know, just a great guy and always welcoming to people and always nice. You know.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. You know, like on RJ's lives and some of my Fun Knife Friday videos, I've done some pretty zany things, and I poke fun at myself and whatever. But you know, there's too much doom and gloom in this world. Let's have some fun. You know,
Absolutely.
let's just have some fun.
Yeah. Because like if I mess up, I just say, hey, I'm just a big dummy. I don't know everything about it. Like those Victorinoxes, I didn't know jack squat about them. I rush out to JO's like, hey, can you give me any information?
Oh yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, now I don't know, and I don't know in the comments. I haven't had a chance to look, but I do have knives other than buck knives. So if there's something else you would like to see, I'm not totally one-dimensional, but I mean, my biggest focus is my buck collection. My second focus, I guess, is my Case Ictus knife collection, that sub collection I have. And then I like to buy knives, especially like fixed blades and the pocket knives, with tang stamps from companies I've never heard of before. But 100 years ago, they were the Spyderco of their day or whatever. Now you don't even know about them. And so I like looking at the history of those knives and those knife companies. It's really fascinating. So,
well, I actually have something you might be able to help me with.
Okay.
And I try to do research on these, but I got two of them. Belknap. Do you know anything about Belknap?
No, I do not know Belknap.
What's it called? Bluegrass cutlery. Well, I guess Belknap owned the trademark for bluegrass cutlery back a long time ago.
Okay.
And then in the 70s, late 70s, they started making these commemorative knives.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you guys all know Lee out there at the flea market. That's who I buy my blades from. But I got a Stockman and then this little Jack penknife, which is actually kind of larger than a penknife, and the Stockman's a pretty good size. But he just had him out there, and I've seen him for a couple of years. And I just walked up to his, he's where he sits, and I just dropped him down there. I was like, "What's it going to take for me to get these out of here?" And he said, "I had $80 on me, because I'll only take a budget money out there. I don't take I got to protect myself from myself."
I know what you mean.
And I was like, "What's it going to take to get these?" He had $68 on both of them, and he said, "A $100 bill, take it." And I looked at my wife. I said, "I need $20."
There you go.
But I got them, with the boxes.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I thought, why not pick them up? It's something I don't know about. John Primble's name's on the Stockman. We can see that right there. It's got his in the red and blue there.
Yeah.
And John Primble's pretty well known in the knife industry. But
Gibson just, if you want to throw that up, Tyler Gibson just said, if you could throw that up for a second.
Yep, I will do right now. So Belknap Hardware was in Louisville, Kentucky. That's what I read online. And they started John Primble Knives. And I printed out, you guys, Boston knows this, but what I do is I go online. If I get something like this, I print it out like I did with the knife he lent me. And I print out all the specs and I print out stuff to read off of like the Buck website or whatnot. And I printed that exact information off, but I figured maybe Tom had a little insight on this as well since he's into these different makers.
Not that particular one, but that's what's so neat. And I have a lot of fun when I find a knife like that one there.
Yeah.
Doing all the research on the knife and on the company. Here's one I did a video on. It's been several months ago. But just for an example, now I have found out that this knife came in a kit and you could kind of put it together from what I understand. And it was stamped on the blade and it's so light you probably can't see it. But this was a Green River knife. And I thought, what's a Green River knife? Well, I got it in an antique store. And it had this little booklet with it, those Green River knives. And I found out that John Russell started Green River Knives like in 1832. And He merged with someone else, and I think they were like the second largest cutlerer in the United States. They were well known for their quality of their fixed blades in the like 1840s, 50s, 60s, somewhere in there. Maybe in the 1870s, there was an expression of if someone was in a knife fight, they would say, "Did they give it up to the Green River?" Meaning there was a Green River tang stamp, hand stamped in there. So did they stick it in all the way up to the tang stamp? It was also known for their quality, that anything that you were purchasing in a hardware store or anything wherever, they would say, "Is it up to the Green River?" In other words, is it quality like a Green River knife is? So, you don't hear about Green River knives much anymore, and they are still around, but it's probably part of some conglomerate and all this and that. But the history of this knife company, they got pictures in the booklet here. The Native Americans, they would trade for them, and they'd put the blades in their war clubs. Yeah, so there's a couple original ones there with a beaded sheath. So along with buck history, I love all of these knives and their history.
And I want to read this comment Byron Kennedy put up here. The presentation of history with your knives is one of your channel's biggest attractions, Tom, along with Tobias Gibson, keeps it interesting. So I think that was a very, very awesome comment, and I had to throw it up there. I try to pay attention to them as much as I can over here, but sometimes it's hard when you're looking at the knives. But you were talking about Green River, and I got this Russell here, and it's Green River, but like you said, it's a conglomerate knife and just a big hunk of garbage.
And I think you can still buy Green River knife blanks, through this conglomerate, and put your own handle on them and stuff. But they're like the Case family.
That was a very true statement, though. What he has said. You really are. Your intelligence with these with all these different blades, not just buck, but all these blades, because you're really in tune with it. You really are, Tom. And it shows.
And I don't know if you know this or not. I actually have a history channel too, called History Delights. I haven't been promoting it much because this winter has been so nasty. I have not been able to get out and do any history videos. But this summer, I plan on getting some more content up on History Delights also. So, the knife history goes hand in hand with history. I just love knives and history, and they go together well.
Yeah.
Now you made an interesting statement there, Tom, about the weather, because I don't know what people think the weather's like where we're at, but man,
hey,
like today, I was mowing, and I went to the gym, and as soon as I said I've got to mow because I cannot take uneven grass. I got OCD, so I come home and I'm mowing, and I'm like, what the heck is hitting me? It was sleet, and it was 43 degrees, and I'm out there on my mower, and then I got the weed eater out. I don't know where, you can't record anything outside because it's going to sound like a tornado.
Yeah. A week or so ago, it was in the 80s, and we were in T-shirts. And then this last week, it's been in the 30s and 40s and windy. Yesterday afternoon, the sleet came. We lost all visibility. And then overnight, it rained and sleeted and snowed again. Not a lot, but still. And it's, 30-mile-an-hour winds and 30 degrees. It's bitter cold out there. And this next week, it might be up to 100. I'm sure the farmers are getting antsy because I know they want a soil temperature of about 50 degrees, and I don't think we're anywhere near it. Usually, I think they have their corn planted at least by now, and they have not been in the fields at all.
Yeah, they want to hurry up and get that in the field and get to Florida.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what they do around here. But it's just,
how many people we got watching right now?
We got 29. I'd really love to break 30. Last week we had 34, but right now we got 29 guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to everybody's channel, guys. It's just great content. And like we said, Tom with his history, and he knows so much about these blades. We thought, man, who else better to come on here? And then someone has treated us greatly from the get-go and knows everything about these knives that we're talking about.
Well, I'm gonna prompt you a little bit, and then I'm gonna give you a little surprise. But ask me how many buck knives I have.
How many do you got?
I counted them up in honor of you two. I've never counted them before. I'm right at 100.
There you go.
However, after this show, we're going to be at 99 because we're going to give this little buck alumni away here today.
Oh, okay.
So Jerry, if you'd write down a number between 1 and 100.
Will do right now. Between 1 and 100.
Between 1 and 100.
And I'm going to use a number that means something to me. So I've got it written down on this piece of paper that I had my notes on for you.
Okay. So before I go into the details, for people watching, pretty much the standard simple rules. You have to be 18, have to have a U.S. mailing address. You must be subscribed to both Boston and Big J. And the winner, I'll send them an email, or they need to send me an email at Knife Delights, and I'll go over this again, and then I'll email them back and verify, confirm, and all that. So all that garbage out of the way. I'll just show you the little buck alumni here. Just a little anodized aluminum. This one's in blue, and they came in 4 colors. So I got all 4 of them, and I won't take them all out, but there's one in black. And what do we got? We got one in gold.
I'm just gonna say those are nice little knives, Tom.
They sure are.
They
sure are.
And I've paid attention to how he stores his knives in the bags and he's got like a index card in there with the information on it and stuff.
Yep. And there's the gold.
Yeah.
And here's the gray or silver.
Those are nice.
So they came out with 4 colors, and I did get all 4 of them for a little mini sub collection there. So, okay.
Really nice.
Could we go ahead and do the drawing now, or do we want to wait a little bit, or how do you want to do it? I just kind of threw this on you, but I wanted to surprise you.
Well, let's wait till we hit 45 minutes, and I tell you what, I've got a whole box of stuff and Boston knows this because I showed him the other day, but I'll throw in this right here to the winner too.
Great.
And Tom, you know the store where I got this probably at Blaine's Farm and Fleet there.
Yep.
They had this on a clearance aisle for, I think it was $9. Comes with the debit cards.
That's great. That's great.
All right, I'm gonna go in on this, and I'm gonna throw in a buck. Comes in a package. It's a buck 373 and a buck 379. Let me just make sure I got the numbers right. 379 and 373.
Hey,
and they come
in very handy.
Come in the package. They've never been opened. Comes in a tin.
Nice.
So
I got one too, Tom.
Oh, I know. Get the tin. This is all in a tin in a package, and I'm going to throw that in there as well.
So the winner's going to get 4 knives.
Yep, there's 2 in here. Like I said,
whoa,
open. So
fantastic.
You guys need to tell your friends, send messages right now. Hey, get over to Big J and Boston Blade Reviews Happy Hour live chat. We got Tom on here. We're giving away 4 blades. Brand new.
That's awesome.
Boxes. Yeah. I mean,
I wanted to do something special for you guys. And for the viewers.
We appreciate it. That kicks it right up.
Yeah. Sorry guys for the comments. I can't keep up because I'm yakking away here, but I appreciate everybody here that's here and commenting. And I see Gerbs is doing your you threw him the wrench. So thank you, Gerbs. That's an important job, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. I sent him some decals. I got decals on the way. I finally figured out how to mail stuff to Canada. And mailing envelopes is really easy. It's the packages that you get into a bind with. So anytime I get new decals or something, I'm going to send them to Gerbs and Singing Toad.
So what I'm going to say something real quick. What I'm doing, because Tom just said that, is, Big J has the camera thing going on. I'm trying to keep control of these, watch the comments here, because I know he's got his thing with the camera. He's got this and that. So if I see something in the comments, I'll let you know, Jay, and we'll throw it up there.
Gotcha.
Tom, same for you.
Great.
Helps tremendously.
Yeah.
I got kind of a special knife in just this week, and I'd like to show it. I think I put a picture on Instagram. I don't think I've shown it on YouTube at all. And I got a buck trapper in bone.
Ooh.
And this is the model 313 from 1991. Limited edition knife. One of 1,500.
Now, Tom,
have...
after you show that, I want to show something that goes along with that.
Okay, sure.
So tell us a little bit about that. What's on the blade of that and everything?
It says 1991 ABCA limited edition, and I should have looked it up. I can't remember what the ABCA is.
Probably American Buck Collectors. Would that be it?
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
It's a beautiful. I love the bone on that though, man. That
Yeah,
is like
it's just
seawater,
very nice.
like you're in the Caribbean or something.
Mm-hmm. Then of course the big spay that everybody loves, the spay blade. Yep. So there's your spay.
Man,
and it's very light in here. I don't know if it'll show up, but in the bolster there, it's got the number. I think this is number 1810, but it's pretty light in there.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah.
Yep. So this is the model 313, and Buck made 3 different trapper models.
That is beautiful. Love the handles on that one.
Yep.
All right, now I've asked Boston about this knife I have a lot. We've talked about it a lot. And I don't know if I've ever showed this or not on like a live, but I've got this Buck mini trapper, this 313s, Tom? 312. This is a 312, a 94 model 312.
Uh-huh.
So it's a PRCA, like Pro Rodeo something or other. Do you know anything about these or
they were made back in the 90s? And like I said, they had. Is that?
He wants me to blow it up. I'm gonna blow it up.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We're trying to figure out about the handles on those.
So see the collar on that handle, Tom?
Yes.
You see the gold that kind of pops out?
Yeah.
What is this?
Boy, that is hard to.
I really think that's
what makes it hard is if it's a limited edition and a special, it's hard to say exactly what they used on it.
I'm trying to get it. It's more goldish on one side than the other.
Yeah.
But I've showed it to Boston. I think when me and Boston first started talking, it was mostly about this blade, I believe. But it's a Pro Rodeo. It's got the matching box. I got it at the flea market for, I think I paid $25 for it off of Lee.
Oh, that's a good price.
It's Purina Mills, I think, actually was part of this whole, because it got Purina Mills on the tag right there on the end. I don't know if you can see it, but I just don't know what the handle material is, and Boston seemed to think it was buffalo horn, but I just don't know.
And it's hard, like I said, when they do limited edition, because they're using material that the customer wants on it, and it's not their standard production material. So it's hard to say what that is. Yeah. But
again, I just bought it because I had the box. Honestly,
that's the one trapper model I don't have, because I have the 311, which they call the slimline trapper. But that's something people just started calling it because in the catalog they just call it a trapper.
But this, does yours have half stops like this? The one you showed?
Let me check it. Yes.
Yeah, it's just
which is unusual for a buck knife.
Yeah, and the finish on this is just crazy.
Oh, good. Absolutely. Yep.
And again, that's back before I was even paying attention to finish. I was just buy it because it had a box and it looked good and it wasn't used and it wasn't sharpened.
I can't say enough about Buck's Custom Shop. I mean, those guys, they can put a knife together. They really can. So,
yeah.
Can we put Jerv's question? He's asking about what 110 do we suggest? So,
got it right here.
Yeah. I actually got asked that earlier. I'm not going to say by who, but no, but oh. So as far as the 110 and the 112, you have the Slim Pro model, which the Slim Pro, Big J has a Slim Pro right now. He could show that. That's the 110 Slim Pro. Nice snap to it. That has G10 handles on there. Just it has the dual thumb studs, S30V blade steel. And then you have your regular 110 that you already know about. And then you have the Sport Pro. There's a regular one. Then you have the Sport Pro. I highly suggest. You know what? Let me just grab it for you for a minute. I'll show you. It's right here.
And Boston's got another knife he picked up this week too. I'm gonna make him show as well. He got 2 this week, Tom.
So
2.
He got 2. And I ordered one, but they backed out on me.
Oh, man.
I would say if you're gonna go, this is the 112, okay? But it's the 110 is the same exact thing, obviously, just a 110. But this is it. This is the 112. But like I said, think about it as a 110, okay? I would suggest this one. And the only reason I say that is because of what you're getting on this. You're getting micarta, which is a great. It's just I love the handle on it. I guess it's personal opinion, but you're getting torque screws here, which you can open up and clean this knife. Aluminum bolsters, aluminum construction. The construction on it is just flawless. There's absolutely no gapping. And I've watched other reviews on this, and people are saying the same thing about the construction on this particular model. You have dual thumb studs right here. And this is I believe this is in S30V blade steel. So you're really you have a deep carry pocket clip on it. You can see that deep carry right there. You're really getting a lot. You're getting a good deal. I would say, because I own the 110 Slim Pro. I own, what is it? I did own the 110. I forget what it's called, the 110 Slim Select. But this one here this is the nicest one that I feel that you're going to get for the money. This one right here. This is the 110 Slim Pro. Just a great knife from Buck. Good snap both ways.
And he's asking how much is that one?
This one, I'd have to look it up. I think it was I think you can get these for like
144, like 144, right?
What is it?
144, I believe, because I was asking you about that specific knife today.
Yeah.
Because I said I want a 112, but I want a specific one, and you were like, "I bet it's this one here," and it was.
Okay. So 144, 140, right into that price range, yeah.
And Tom, well, someone's got a good question for you. If you would like to read it and answer it.
Sure. How are you going about collecting Buck knives? By catalog, model number, by limited editions, by year, other and or all of the above? Probably all of the above. When I first started, I was just buying willy-nilly. Oh, it's a buck. I'm buying it, right? So,
yeah.
And this year, as I've said several times, I've really wanted to focus on filling in the 300 series of slip joint knives, the early models, not the. Now I have some of the Chinese made in the upper 300 series, and if they come out with a new one of those, I'll get that too. But I'm really focusing on those early 300s, and so not only am I trying to get the model number, but like on the Buck Lancer, I bought 2 of them off of eBay, but they're from different time periods. One is a Camillus made, and one is when Buck started making them. So I can compare the two, because when you start reading the history on these and you read about the differences, it gets confusing. But when you can have them in your hand and look at them, like, oh, okay, now I know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Now I can identify a Camillus made versus when Buck started making them.
Yeah.
But so I am trying to fill in again. And here's another one that's a recent purchase. I don't think this has been shown at all. And this is, and I didn't even know they made this knife. This is a 310 Whittler.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a nice.
Now, as most Whittlers have, got a coping blade. Now, do you notice anything else like on the tang of that coping blade?
Yeah, it's a different design on there.
It's a state, right?
Yeah, what state would that be?
Is that Idaho?
Is that
Yeah.
Idaho?
Yeah.
Yep.
So this knife was made in 2006 because that's the year that Buck started production in Idaho after moving from California.
Wow.
And their 2006 knives all had the Idaho stamp on it.
That's
So
cool.
not only did I get a model I didn't have, I didn't even know existed till recently, but I have the fortune of it's a special one because it was made in 2006.
That is. I just picked up a what is this little thing right here? A little two blader. It's a 309.
Oh yeah.
This thing is
Yep.
clean, buddy. It's never been sharpened or used or.
Yep.
I got that at a pawn shop for $7.
That's the companion.
Okay.
Yep.
And for
The 305, the 305 is the Lancer, and it's
Okay.
a penknife, and that companion is kind of like a penknife, but it's too big to be truly classified a penknife.
Okay.
And they have different blades on them, but yeah, nice little knives.
Because I think I'm in the same situation as you, where I did the 700 and now I want to move to the 300. And Boston actually sent me. I just want to show this real quick. He sent me this, the 301.
Oh yeah.
To review, and I'm going to do a full video on that probably tomorrow and put it out for Monday. I got a bunch of videos I got to do, but I think I think I really need to get me a 301 sometime soon, and I can carry that in that belt sheath also that Mr. Georgia made me.
Well, speaking of 301s, I'll show you. I've got two of them. One in the standard black Velox, and then I've got this one here with the rosewood.
Okay, I'm gonna blow you up here.
And if you're looking at getting a 301, I think these just went out of production. I don't think they made them last year or this year. Because this is the first knife I ordered this year, and it seemed like it was hard to find. So you might want to check that out if you're wanting to get one here in the rosewood.
I like
now,
wood.
This style of knife, they came out with the Chairman series, and I do have a 303. I can break it out. The solitaire single blade, but it was the Chairman because Chuck Buck actually signed, his facsimile signature was on the back of it, and they were in cherry wood, I think. So this is kind of an offshoot of when they stopped the Chairman series, they started making these in rosewood.
What are you using on that brass to make it pop like that?
Case paste.
Okay,
Yeah, I use case paste on my Buck knives, but if Buck made a paste, I use it. But yeah,
I use splits a lot. So
I was, that's funny because I was going to ask you this. I use Brasso, and it doesn't pop like that.
No, that case paste is very good. Now I will caution you, like on this trapper that has the imprint on the blade. While I polished the bolsters and the back springs and everything, I did not polish this. I have some cheaper knives that have that imprint on it, and I think the paste kind of started taking some of that off. So I'm not using any paste of any sort when there's print on it, because I'm afraid it's going to lighten it or take it off. So
what I do, the tape they sell at the post office, and the person who turned me on to this was I forget his name, Apostle P. But that packing tape you can buy at the post office, I put that over my Bark River because it's the same way. It's like it's some type of print on there. So I cover that because you got to put a convex grind on that, so that sandpaper and stuff's going to hit that. So that's a good tape, and man, you can't get that off there sandpaper. It's weird how it sticks so good. I don't understand it.
I want to show you guys a Buck 301, another one.
Let's go for it.
Buck did a Boone and Crockett run. Well, I should say Boone and Crockett, the series. It's the conservation series.
Oh, yeah.
Now, all right. So what I do when I get these, I also have two more down the store that I'm going to get. It's the I forget the number. I can't remember the numbers, but this is the Boone and Crockett. I'm going to take it out. What I do when I get a package like this is I cut a slice. So just for if anyone ever wants to save the package, I cut a slice down here, and then I cut a little bit here so I can just get into it. So I'm gonna open this up, and I'm gonna show you guys this. It comes with the tin, and you know, when I'm done, I just put it back in the packaging. But so this is the Boone and Crockett, and I don't show this too often, but it comes with this tin right here. Really nice. It's actually a really nice, well done tin. But this Buck 301 is I love the color on this. It has like a kind of an emerald greenish. It's not really coming in too good, but it has the Boone and Crockett symbol right in the middle there. Just a really nice knife that the Buck did. They have a few of the slip joints in Boone and Crockett series that they did. But you know, just a really nice one. Again, I don't show this one too often. It stays in the package, but same thing, same blades. Just like the color on this one. I love the green. If you know, I know that Big J loves green, so here you go. You know, but nice knife, very nice knife. Good snap.
That is very nice. Thank you for showing that. I did not know that existed.
Yeah.
So back to the question then, you know, do you do it by model number? And this, well, yeah, but I have that, you know, a standard Buck 301, but then I thought I want to get one in the rosewood. So yeah, I have two of them in the same one. And if I ran across something like, you know, that Boone and Crockett one like that, I'd snag it up and I have three of the 301s. So a lot of it just depends.
We got a question here on the screen, and I'm going to read it. Big J, Boston, Tom, do any of you have a Buck Goliath? I had one many years ago and lost it. Of course, it's a big, thick folder. I do not have one.
I do have one.
Of course you do. That's why I love the question. I love getting people involved because it just breaks us out of our normal thing and gets us thinking a little bit, man. Thank you. PNW Fun Stuff asked that. So
thanks, PNW. Great question. I don't always have all the knives. I mean, I could spend the rest of my life collecting Buck knives and not have them all. There are just literally hundreds or thousands of different models and variations. So my little brother, who lives out of state, came visiting here a couple Christmases ago, and well, he made the mistake of leaving the Goliath unattended. And so I have it in my collection now. But
I'm gonna blow you up real quick.
Yeah, my little brother gave me this.
That is awesome.
So again, no nail nick on it.
What year is that, Tom?
This one is. Ooh.
See, I love how he has this book and just all the info. He's got everything just right there. So awesome.
Well, maybe. Oh, here it is. It's a model 446, and this one's from 1995.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
It also came in this pouch, of course, well used. And it's big, but is that frame familiar to you?
Yeah, it is.
It looks like the mini Buck frame, doesn't it?
Yep,
like the little keychain.
Yep.
Knife. So these were quite popular back in the day. I actually did a video comparison between this Buck Goliath and an old Schrade, and I can't remember what they called the Schrade, but it was a big knife like this. So if anyone wants to kind of see the review and comparison, of course the Buck wins hands down. Hands down.
Well, of course it does.
So thanks for that question. And I'm glad I had one that I could show you.
Well, Tom, we're at 54 minutes. How do we want to do I've never done a giveaway on live, so you'll have to walk us through that. I think now's a good time. We got 29 people in here. So.
Okay. Well, I think Gerbs, if you can help us out there, Gerbs. So you have a number between 1 and 100, correct?
I do. I wrote it down on the notes here.
Okay. And again, the simple rules: you must be 18, U.S. mailing address, you must be subscribed to Boston, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right. So, of course, we're going to draw for this Buck alumni. And Jerry has that nice old timer. And Boston, look at that. A pair of knives in a buck knives in a tin. So we will set somewhat of a time limit. You can call it if you want to say 2 minutes or whatever, but we'll have everybody put a number in and then give it 2 minutes, and whoever is closest to the number that you've written down will be the winner.
Okay. So we'll give it till we'll go till we hit 50. We'll go till we hit 58 minutes. So we're at 55:23 now. So guys, start putting in numbers.
And then Gerbs, when we hit that time limit, if you could just say stop, just so we know in the comments a clear stop time.
Okay. So we're going to 58 minutes. So you guys got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to throw some numbers in there. And I want to say hi to Sean Fleming. I don't know if you got my I sent Sean some decals and a little note.
Yeah, he wrote that he got them. Yep.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yep.
And I like I said, I sent some to Canada. That's my first time. I went to the post office and I said, how do I want to do this? And of course, she said, we sell global stamps, and I bought a couple of those. And you can put 3 stamps on it, 3 U.S. stamps, but she says it's just cheaper to do the global stamps because they're only like $1.50.
Thank you, Mike. Mike Curtis put in a number for Sean. That's cool. Thank you very much, Mike.
Yeah, yes, awesome, man. I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. We try to have a guest every other weekend. Last weekend we didn't have one, so we reach out to somebody, but they're not on YouTube, and I don't, even being on YouTube, I wasn't comfortable on Big Red's channel chat. I'm going to be honest with you, I was nervous, so I definitely understand. I understood that, and as soon as the live was over, I was just like, hey, let's get Tom on here, and of course Boston's like, heck yeah.
Well, I sure appreciate it. Like I said, that's all I've thought about all week. I'm just like, I was pumped. I really was. And I appreciate it. It's an honor to be here, guys.
I made them posters like early Monday morning because I knew I was going to get swamped at work just because of the weather. And I had big meetings this week, which no one likes big meetings. And where I work and what them can be like. And it's just like,
Real quick, Sean, he just wrote, Kevin, please send me a sticker. Sean, I know Big J sent you a sticker in, what was it? What was it, Jay?
I just sent him stickers.
Okay, great. Well, what we're doing is we are sending you, we have a couple different things we're going to send you. It's going to come. So Big J has already sent it to me. I have the other one that's coming from me. I'm going to put them together, package them, and they will be in the mail on Tuesday. So you're going to have something from Big J and myself. I'll be sending it your way this Tuesday. And to everybody else, guys, I'm just going to say it real quick, and I don't want to repeat myself because I sound like a broken record. I've been so full out at work. I have not had time to send out stickers, guys. Apologize. But as soon as I can, those stickers will go out. And I really do appreciate it.
All right, time's up.
Even one. So I appreciate you guys wanting them. I'll send them out as soon as I can, guys.
And hello, Doom Crew.
And hello.
Time is up. So what do we do now, Tom?
Okay, Gerbs, you want to say stop? Yep, I think you just did.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to reveal your number.
Okay, my number is 54. That was my high school jersey number, football.
Okay, so now we have to figure out who was closest to the number 54.
How do we do that? We go. Okay, so Boston's going to be in charge of that. Boston, you got that?
Yep.
Okay.
While he's doing some figuring, I thought I'd show a nice fixed blade here.
Oh man, come on now. Look at that. Look at the handle is so beautiful on that.
This is a Cocobolo. This is the Buck 212 fixed blade Ranger.
Wow. Now,
and they didn't really bill it as a limited edition, but they said there was only like 313 of them or something made. What I'm thinking is they found a bunch of old knife blanks and they said, let's use them up and get rid of them. This is what I think they did.
All right, I'm gonna interrupt here. So the closest we have now. I'm not saying this is the winner. But I'm gonna give you some numbers. PNW Fun Stuff has 64. And then you have 45 from Paul. Give me 1 second. So I'm getting the closest. 66 from What's the Point, 42 from BC Gerbs.
Okay.
What was
But I'm writing 54. It looks like right now the number 45 out of all these that you've read is so far the closest.
Correct. And I just want to I'm going to triple check here. So we have 42. That's not it. 28, 30, 21, 66, 23, 69, 38, 77, 45, 32, 76, 64, 63. Those 34.
Did you say 63?
I did say 63.
Okay. So far the closest without going over seems to be 45, I believe.
All right. And I just want to one more time here, just to keep it honest and keep it real, is 42, 30, 21.
RJ has 63.
Yep. 66.
That's 11. That's 11 away.
Oh, yeah, that's
closest, right?
Well, we got 45.
Oh, I'm sorry, 45. Right. So 77, 45, 32, 76, 64, 63, 45. And that is Paul Bessemer.
So it looks like two people were 9 away, but it would be closest without going over, right? So am I correct with that?
Just whoever was closest.
Just whoever's closest.
So we have 2 of them.
We got 2 of them. We got RJ and we got 45. So Paul.
Okay, we got to do it again between them 2. So write down another number.
Okay.
And between them 2, we'll have them put a number in.
Let me let's see how I want to do this. Yep. Okay, I've got it, and I circled it, and I'm putting the paper down.
Okay.
So what do we got to give them another 2 minutes?
No, just a few. They should both be
here.
Okay.
Yeah, RJ and Paul put a number in.
It's a runoff.
This is my first time doing it. It's pretty exciting. Got my heart rate up a little bit.
Yeah,
it is.
Unfortunately, there's such a lag in the comments,
Yeah. And I can't add. My math skills are, I went to, public education in West Virginia, so.
No, it was all right. I triple checked it and everything.
Okay.
It was between Paul and
RJ.
Yeah. So Paul just put in a new number at 37. So
okay.
RJ, waiting on you.
So you said Paul did 37.
Yep.
What did RJ get?
He hasn't put in yet.
Come on, RJ.
Come on, RJ.
He's keeping us in suspense.
So while we're waiting on RJ real quick.
He says, what's the range? It's between 1 and 100, correct?
Yeah, 1 and 100. Yep. So Tom, do you have a caper knife? You showed a caper knife, right? A 116, is that correct?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, because I think you had one, and then I was like, hey, Lee has one out here at the flea market, but man, he wants a good price for it. I think it was like $125 with nothing, just the knife, no sheath, nothing.
Well, I was able to get this. I think was around 50. I think was at an antique store.
Yeah. See, that price I can go, but over 100, I'm.
Now you can see the blade has been used, and it's missing a little bit of the tip. It did not come with a sheath either. Well, it came with a sheath, but the guy at the antique store told me he went to a auction, and the guy that owned the stuff got mad and tipped all the tables over, so the knives and sheaths got mixed up. And so, long story short, after getting this caper knife, that's when I was first becoming friendly with John at J.O. Ventures Outdoors.
Gotcha.
And he was always going on about, well, I'm trying to do this leather, and I don't know if it's really good, and this and that. I said, hey, let's do a channel collaboration. Would you make me a sheath, for this knife? And he said, sure. And this is what I got.
Oh, okay. The scout, yeah.
Yeah. Scout carry.
And the numbers are in.
Okay, numbers are in. We had I wrote down 27. You can see it right there. And I think Paul did 37 and RJ did 38, right? So
37.
So RJ tried the old what's that? The Price is Right deal, right?
Yeah.
He almost got it, but I picked 27. So it looks like Paul and Tom, do you want to show your
Yes.
I'm gonna blow you up real quick. So Paul,
Yep.
write this down.
knifedelights@gmail.com. And if you go to my about page on my channel, it's there too. And Paul, I'll work it out with the other two guys if they want to send it independent or if they want to send it all to me and we send it out at once. We'll get those details, but please just send me an email and I'll send you an email back with some instructions. I'll probably give you a code word to enter in as a comment on one of my videos, and that's just for your safety to make sure, we're sending it to the right person. So
yeah, definitely. That's awesome, man.
Awesome.
And I always I got a whole box of giveaway stuff. So
yeah. So it may be a little while here, Paul, while we get it coordinated since the three of us are going in together, but we'll get you your stuff.
yeah, and I can send mine directly if that makes it easier. I'll just send it
I
directly
think it'd
to
be
him.
easier if we all sent direct, if that's
Yeah,
fine
I can
with
do
you
that.
guys. After I verify and get his mailing address, I'll ship it to you and then you can do it separate. So
Yeah.
once again, what he got here was a Buck 524 alumni. They're no longer in production. So
And old timer, I don't know what this is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I thought it was called a Bruin, but it's not a lockback or anything. It's just a slip joint. So
Enjoy them.
So
yeah,
Boston got a
lot of
second knife. Boston got him 2 knives this week, and I was kind of jealous. But he got one in the mail yesterday, and he was sending me photos and videos of that thing.
Yeah.
And it's a sweet little knife, man. So you got that handy, man?
I do. So I wanted something that was a fixed blade, right? But I wanted something I didn't want this big fixed blade. I just wanted something small that I could throw right into my pocket for work. Instead of bringing a folder with me, bring a fixed blade, right? So I was doing some research and I went with the Cold Steel, and it's the Mini Pendleton, the Pendleton Mini Hunter, and it's actually
yeah,
a cool knife. So this is it here. It actually comes in this sheath, right? But it does have this that came with it, and I took this off. It has screws. So what happens is it would normally look like this here. Okay, there's screws and they go in here, and you could make it so this piece here obviously would go around it. You can connect it to your belt, right? That's all this does. This makes it so you can connect it to your belt. I didn't want that, so I took it off. So you have the option either way you want to go. I just wanted something that I could put right into my pocket. And this is it here. So this is the Mini Pendleton Mini Hunter. And it has a really nice, before I show you the blade, it has a really nice handle. Let me get some light. Yeah, it's not working. That's all right. So it has a really nice handle here. It's like a rubber grip. And it kind of comes down to a Coke bottle shape. So it gives you a really nice grip on there. Kydex sheath, and it has that drop point blade. Actually, I guess you can call it a drop point or however you want to call that. But just a really nice knife, small lanyard hole in the back, so you can attach a lanyard on it. And again, guys, this is not a big knife. It may look like I'm holding a big knife, but I'm going to give you a size comparison. Here is a Buck 112, okay, and here is the Mini Hunter.
Yep.
So it's not a big knife. So here's a grip on a 112, all right, and here's the grip on the Mini Hunter. So you got plenty of blade length there to do what you got to do, but you're not going to be batoning. You're not going to be batoning down a house. So, but it is a very nice blade. And this guy's is on Amazon right now for I think it was 33 bucks. I don't know. I could be wrong. Somewhere it's a budget. It's not crazy expensive. It's like 30 bucks, 33 bucks. But really nice knife. Just wanted something small, like I said, that I could just use at work, and this is gonna fit the bill.
Now, I'm a spine lover. Can you show the spine of that to everybody? Because I am a spine junkie.
It's actually got a pretty good size spine on it.
Yeah, it does.
I believe they were saying this is like I don't want to say because I don't want to be quoted on that, but it has a pretty decent spine. This is full tang also, so it does have full tang construction. So you could put this to some pretty good use, and I'm sure it would hold up. But yeah, just a nice small fixed blade.
Yeah, he was showing me that last night, man. Ooh.
I've seen those, and I've thought about getting one myself. It looks like a very nice little knife. Yeah.
It is. I'm trying to think of his name. He did a review on it. He's always on in this community. Really close with I'll think of it. I'll come back to you. Good knife though, guys. Good knife.
And they have that in 3V for only like $30 more. So I think for $65 or $68, you can get that same knife in a black coated 3V blade. But I'd rip that coating right off there as soon as I got it.
Mm-hmm. It also has a 90-degree spine too for if you want to strike a rod. So
it's awesome.
Yep.
And Tom, I did get the 701 finally.
Oh, that's great. I'm so happy for you.
The only thing, these people and their sharpening skills, I don't know. It makes me so mad. It makes me so mad when you look at the tip of it, though. It's so round, but I can fix that. I can fix that on a diamond stone very fast. I'm pretty proficient at it. So, but I mean, the other blades are pretty decent. The sheep foot is kind of perfect. It's got hollow grind.
Yeah.
This one here is not so. I mean, it needs a little help, but I think they just put it in an electric sharpener,
probably.
And but I also got this one. Look at this one I got.
That's sweet.
This one here, the 705. This was one of the last two I needed. I need the 705 and the 701, and I was lucky enough for both of them to come in this week.
Yeah.
But this thing right here, I don't think it had ever been used either. It is a nice little blade. The only thing is it has a little bit of staining on the bolsters.
Right.
So I'm going to have to take some, I tried flits, pretty aggressive with flits, and I think I'm going to have to get me just some really fine sandpaper and just get that off there. So
yeah, in the 700 series, I got the 703 Colt and the 709 Yearling. So and we were talking earlier. That's one of those series I need to get filled in. I do have a couple other little interesting lockbacks. I don't know if you've seen me show these before. They haven't been on a lot, but this was a gift from Zen Ali, and this is the Buck 506.
Love that knife.
And it's called the Lady Buck, and it's just the same as the 505. However, this has the white micarta, and they called it the Lady Buck, and I think they called it that for like a year or two. The sales weren't very good, so they thought maybe that was too feminine of a name, so then they renamed it the White Knight. So yeah. And Zen Ali sent me this, and thank you again, Zen. I didn't know this knife existed. When I opened this up, I was just blown away. I'm like, what is this, So that's pretty neat. One other little one, that kind of a special little lockback knife here. I do have the box for this one called the Treasury. And if you want a sweet lockback, small lockback knife, comes this little velvet pouch. And that's what it looks like.
Wow, look at the handles on those, huh? Wow.
But listen to this.
It's nice.
This thing is the smoothest lockback. It's just a joy to open and close it.
Yeah.
You can tell it's smooth. You can tell it's very smooth.
This is kind of like an executive's knife.
I was gonna say it's a nice office carry.
Yeah.
It's got mirror polish, like a mirror polish on the blade, honestly.
Yep. Very nice. Very nice little lockback.
That is stunning, to say the least. Say the least.
Tom, let me ask you. So you showed what? Let me ask you. What's your favorite out of what? So you mentioned a couple of your Grail knives, right? Yeah. So what do you have in front of you that you would say is one of your favorite knives that's in reach?
Whichever one I grab first. Oh man. I went through this with North Star Knife Reviews last night on our little this morning on the Saturday morning chat. You almost have to use categories because there's favorites for different reasons, you know.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Ah, gosh.
And I was in a gym and I'm like, I'm gonna watch that real quick because you said 30 minutes. And then I looked at the time, it's 55 minutes long. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do that. I gotta wait till the night.
Yeah, we went long. Oh
Well,
my goodness.
Well, you can do that with with people that you're just jiving with. Like the flow is just so good. I mean, you can bust 30 minutes easy. Like when me and Boston did our first thing, and like when you did your first live, Tom, it was like a few hours, and because people were just blowing it up.
Yeah, I'm like, how does this StreamYard work?
Yeah.
And I type in test and I hit the live button. All of a sudden people start showing up and I'm like, yeah, and then it went like 2.5 hours or something.
I think Boston sent me a text message saying, hey, Tom's live, and I just went immediately over and just started blowing it up the chat too.
But
okay.
His live came on, I clicked on it. I think I was like the first one in your live. Not that it matters, but it was and then everyone just started coming in and you were surprised. What's going on? You know?
Yeah. I didn't know what was going on, but okay, to answer your question, if you ask me tomorrow, it might change, but I would say this has got to be in the top or one of the front runners. And we get back to starting to collect buck knives after I got that 112, passed down to me. And then I have a local knife collector here that was trying to sell off some of his collection. And I got this buck 102 here.
Oh, I love that. I love the sheath on that. Yep. I
know the brown sheath.
Love
and it's got the old logo on it. The old buck logo.
Absolutely.
And this is from when is this? 1998. And it's got the Cocobolo handle to it.
Absolutely love that knife. Beautiful, beautiful knife.
To me, the 102 is I don't know why. I'm just drawn to this knife. I prefer kind of smaller knives because to me, you can control them better. I mean, I got a big old Filipino bolo or an axe or something if I need to process wood. But for just, I just love this knife so much. I've got 5 of them. So, yeah.
I'm actually with you on that. I have a couple of the 102s myself, and the 102 is just a great size.
It is. I just love this knife. So this would have to be, like I said, tomorrow it might change, but it's got to be up there in the top.
Yeah.
What year is that, Tom? What year is that model again?
What did I say? 95?
98.
98. Yeah, this one's 98. I do have one from
I gotta say,
67 to 72.
I gotta say that you win the Happy Hour Live Chat Shiniest Blade Award because he has I've not seen, as Boston, have you seen anyone else on here that's had them that shiny?
None.
They're clean.
Well,
clean
so
blades.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to start using the case.
Yep.
And I don't think Tom wanted to let that secret out. I know when you
the case paste. Oh yeah.
He was kind of to kind of say it, right? He was like, but
hey, and this stuff's like $4.
Yeah.
$4, and I've used a lot of it. It goes a long ways. So, yeah.
Case paste.
Case paste, yep.
Because I use Flitz and it don't come out that good.
No.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I've used Flitz, I've used Brasso, and both of those don't come out that as good as yours. So
Lee didn't have any case paste out there this month, so he sold me this. I don't know if it's gonna work. Metal Glow. I've never used it. It was $5, and he said Flitz is better than this. So I don't know. I think I'm just gonna order some case paste and call it a day.
Yeah.
All right. So we got a message from Sean Fleming, and he's saying if we can post that up. So Sean's saying, hey, if you, Tom, you, Big J, and Kevin, if you could only have one fixed or a folder, what would it be? Basically, is what he's asking. So he's saying, yeah, right there. Hey, if you, Tom, Big J, and Kevin, if you could only have one, a fixed or a folder. I think he's asking would it be a fixture or folder?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go first on that one. I'm gonna go with a folder, only because I use them more. I just use them more for my job. A fixed blade, you could absolutely use every day, like the small one that I just showed you guys. But I just feel like a folder is something that I use more of. Yeah. I feel like a folder.
What about you, Tom?
Based on what I currently do, and the job I'm doing now, I have to be kind of sensitive to what I'm carrying because of the places I'm going into and some of the people that I'm around. So I would have to go with a folder. And if I had to choose a folder, it would be the 112 Ranger. And I would get it with the finger grooves. I love this knife with the finger grooves.
Look at that, Tom.
I love it. And this one's got the blue wood on it.
I don't have the blue wood, but I got the finger grooves.
Yeah.
I don't have the blue wood.
I'm going with this one.
Yeah. Any one of them.
Any one of them. Yeah.
Now, before Big J says that they fashioned these grooves after his hand, I'm going to dispute that and say they must have used my hand as a model, because it's natural. It just fits so good in there.
The only thing I know, the only thing I noticed about mine is the front bolster isn't as pronounced as they are in the regular 112.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why it's like that, but yours looks a little more pronounced. What year is that?
This came out of the custom shop. It was actually a retirement gift.
Oh,
so it was probably 2019?
Yeah, this is a 2022.
Yeah.
I had Lee specifically find it for me, but
I don't have
I love it.
A 1987 110 finger groove.
Of course, it's an 87 model.
Right. So one of my favorite models, one of my favorite years, and this is the 87. But I think just like on the 110, the 112, the way that they did the spacing on the finger grooves, they just fit perfect.
Yeah, they do.
They fit really nice.
Yeah, I like it. I wanted the 112, and I wanted one specifically with finger grooves. And I said, Lee, just find me one with a box, and he did that, and that's what I got. So,
yep. So Sean did say thank you, and so we want to say thank you to Sean for asking the question.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, Sean. He's always highly involved in the chats and on my comments. I can't say it enough. He all the time, giving me praise and thinking about our animals because.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. You take like Mike Curtis, who just started up a channel, and he's been doing shorts so far. I don't know if he's going to do some long form or not, but it's like, I don't care if it's a short or a long form video. It's like it's posted 10 seconds, and there's Mike. Great knife, So
I said that last week. I said I could post a video at 3 a.m. and he'd be the first one to comment in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So, but there's all kinds of viewers out there always commenting, supporting us, giving us some encouragement, and for the viewers, that means a lot to us. Some of these videos you can put a lot of work into. You can take hours if you really edit a lot and just doing research and things like that. You see 10 minutes as a video and you think, well, okay, it took them 10 minutes to make this, but some of them it takes some effort. So, but for me, it's a labor of love.
Yeah. So, with me now, I taught myself how to do a little bit of stuff for making the posters and thumbnails, because I watched a thing and said, hey, a good thumbnail really helps out. So I've really turned my focus onto that, and that adds even more. And now what I'm doing is trying to make the thumbnail before I even make the video.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. I'm telling you, as someone who don't work a lot with stuff like that, it isn't easy. And I didn't answer Sean's question, but I'm in the same boat as Tom. I work in a sensitive environment. So for me, it's going to be the Para 3 is what I've got to use, because I think the 112 is just a little thick too for me right now to carry into work. So the Para 3, I do carry this large Stockman though on my hip, but I can't carry anything big. I'll get in trouble. So
that was. That was
if I had my choice and wasn't inhibited by other things, I'd have a 102 or the 105 or the 119 or 117 on my hip, if I could. That's what I would have. But
If I had a choice, mine would be the Bark River Gunny. That's what I would choose, and just because I just like it, that just my hand. That's something about the way the handle is, I believe, but that would be my choice, and he's got it there right now.
Yep.
Big J. This is actually going back to you on Tuesday, but he sent me this, and you guys, I have a review coming on this. But this is the Bark River Gunny.
Yeah.
This, and I will say, this is a great knife, Jay.
Yeah, it is. And
it really is. You get a really nice handle purchase on this, and that you get some.
Let me solo you here real quick.
So yeah, you get the micarta handle, you get the lanyard in the back, but you get a really nice grip on it. You really do. That's something I know. You get a really nice purchase on this. You got some nice stock back there, and Big J, he actually did some work to this. I don't know if you want to tell them about that.
Yeah, I bought it, and then I sent it to Bark River to have it customized. I had a full flat grind put on it, and it come with a ramp on the back of it for military use. They devised these for military recon teams, and they wanted something small that they could pull out their belt real fast and use, and they usually come with a ramp, and I had that ramp removed and a full flat grind put on that bad puppy for butchering hog and deer. So that's what I did with that one. But I've got another gunny too. It's got the regular saber grind on it. So, but Tom, there's one other knife that you haven't shown on our live, and it's also one that I had wrote down, and that is that one you got that smoking deal on, the Sprint Pro Ops. Is that correct? Is that the correct name?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, because I wrote down two. I only wrote down two knives that I wanted to specifically see, and it was that one and that boot knife.
Well, yeah, I did get a deal on it. I'm still shocked that I got it. And as you can see from the knives I've shown, I'm not a modern knife guy. I'm not against them, but I'm just, in my head, I'm stuck in yesteryear. But I did find this at a Mills Fleet Farm, and this is the Sprint Ops Pro with S30V. What's that? Yeah, S30V steel. G10 scales. Very nice, and again, I'm not into pocket clips. Usually, a lot of knives, I take the pocket clip off. I'd rather have the knife loose in my pocket, but, this is a deep carry pocket clip. Let's see, this one would be a, tip up? Yeah, tip up carry. I just love this blue and black. And as we were discussing earlier, before the show, I think they only made this version for 1 year. They do have some other Sprint or knives in the Sprint series, some with like the standard 420 HC, and they have some with micarta handles, and it's got a little different blade shape to it. And of course, this one has this nice little indentation there, perfect for your thumb.
It's a perfect. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Love the color on that, and I think you are right about that, Tom. They only did that one for 1 year.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, can't find that. Yeah, that's beautiful blade.
It is.
And again, you paid. You've said what you've paid for that, right?
Yeah, $80.
It's unbelievable. Like you can't
50% off almost. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, a regular Sprint Select is $60.
Yeah.
Just for the regular plastic handled regular 420 HC. Crazy. Just awesome deal. It's great that you got it though, man. You got to jump on. You have to jump on stuff like that.
When you see it, you got to buy it.
Yeah, and in this game where we're always worried about inventory and stuff, and sometimes that's always playing in my mind. But now I'm like, I got so much stuff coming in. I'm like, can I make enough videos to keep people happy? But it's
and here's the thing, and you have to learn how to recycle knives. There's many knives that have been on the channel over and over and over, and you know what? I've never seen one complaint from anybody saying, "Hey, stop showing that. You've shown it too much."
Right.
The viewers are all like, they're just happy to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you can, if I want to do 3 or 4 long form videos a week, I can't buy 3 or 4 knives a week. It's just, that's reality.
Not
Yep.
feasible.
So I try to go into different aspects or comparison or try to sharpen it or clean it. I like doing my cleaning videos, refurbishment videos. So there's ways of, like this summer, if we ever get summer, I might actually want to get outdoors and do some outdoor stuff and actually cut and whittle and, do some stuff with them.
Do you get the hate I get? When you getting outside and blah, blah? I'm like,
Oh,
I got a full-time job. I go to the gym for 2 hours a night. I've got a whole house with animals everywhere.
I get the same thing, Jay. When are you going to get out there and baton on that thing? I work 13 hours. I'm going to go out and baton wood now.
Yeah. Just hold on. I'll be right out there.
Yeah. I just did 13 hours. I'm going to go.
Yeah, it's fun. It's all in fun. Yeah.
It is amazing how much time you spend. Okay. And I'm not complaining, believe me, but it can eat your time up like you wouldn't believe. And so, but it's all good.
I'm just lucky my kids are older, but Boston, he still has children in the household. He's, I'm what I try to do, and I say this give and take. I try to give so much to my wife so I can take a little, give 90%, I take 10. That's usually how it works out, right?
Yep.
I was telling Doom Crew before the live, I had to go out here and schlep rabbits into someone's truck because they were buying all of our meat rabbits into cages and everything, and he didn't even know how to use a ratchet strap. So I'm out there. I'm like, I got the live. I got to get in the house, man. But yeah, hey, it has been 90 minutes. It has been a great 90 minutes, Tom. I personally want to thank you so much for hopping on Happy Hour Live Chat. And guys, this has been a lot. Yeah, and Boston, I'll leave you to for any last words that you have.
I was gonna say the same. Tom, thank you so much for being here on this Happy Hour Live Chat. Really, it means a lot. It really does to myself. Okay. Because when we came into this game, we came in about the same time, me and Big J, but you were very welcome. And you just, you're always there to throw, lend a hand. I think the first sticker that I got was from you. I think the first sticker I got was from you, then it was from Big J. But anyways, just really, really a pleasure to have you on here. And thank you for everything you do. Your videos are great. And what you were just talking about, how you can take a certain knife and do a few, you can compare it to something and then do this and that, and they're very informative. Your videos are very informative. But yeah, no. Bottom line is, we love what you do, and thank you very much for being on here.
Well, again, thank you so much for the invite. This was a very special to me. I've enjoyed it very much, and I'll just give one little short plug, if I may. Tomorrow morning, I said it as a premiere, is part 9 of my overview of my buck collection, and it's my buck 110s and 112s. So if anyone would like to catch that in the morning, but gentlemen, it has been a pleasure and a delight.
Yeah, and don't forget about RJ's live tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
10:30 Pacific. Correct, 10:30 Pacific time.
Yes.
So you guys figure out your own time zones. But Tom is always in there with him and TK and of course Patty. And I don't know if you guys are having anyone else on tomorrow, but be sure to always try to hop on RJ's live. A lot of time I'm doing work as I'm listening, and people are like, Jay, where are you at? And I'm like, hold on, man. I got to do chores. I got it. Listen, I'm listening. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I always like to have that on in the background, always. Yeah. And don't forget about Tom's other channel. Tom, what's your other channel called?
History Delights.
History Delights.
History Delights. And I do Civil War reenactments, and that's one of the reasons why I started that history channel. So reenactment season is coming up this summer, so I'm hoping to get a lot of good content on History Delights.
So I'm actually going to go in now, and I'm going to subscribe to that right now.
It's a small channel. It's small. It's still developing. Over the winter, I've really, concentrated on knife delights. But hopefully,
I'm subbed now. I'm subbed.
Well, thank you, sir.
Hey guys, I want to thank everyone once again. It has been a pleasure. It's been another successful happy hour live chat. Guys, please go in afterwards. When this is over, go into the actual live. If you could like that, maybe leave a comment that helps the algorithm, helps us get out there more. Because last week, I think we hit all-time high with 34. So we just want to keep building on that. So the more you guys get our name out there, the more people come in and watch. And of course, it just helps the overall. It helps the knife community if everyone could do that. So
thank you to BC Jervs as well for
oh yeah, definitely.
yes.
I sent him some stickers and a note, so he should be getting that. I don't know how Canada and U.S. mail works, but hopefully he'll get it next week. So
BC Jervs, thank you very much for what you do here as the moderator. It's awesome what you do. Thank you.
Yep. All right, guys. And with that, we're going to end it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Take care, everyone.